Greetings and welcome to this video. Basically, this is going to be a short video because what I was beginning to realize as I was looking at introductions, I mean, normally when we do these classes and we do the introductions, the professor goes and he responds to everybody, hey, have a wonderful class, blah, 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 I hope you enjoy the semester. Maybe I asked like one question based off something witty you said in your introductions. And something that I kind of came to the conclusion of was that I thought this would be a better way to sort of, first of all, I have read all the introductions that have been posted, but the second thing that I really wanted to do was just, to do a little bit of some of the same stuff that I would normally do in some of the other videos. I'm not going to ask anybody anything about personal information because obviously this video could be seen by God and everyone, so I don't want the whole world to be, figuring out who's in my class at the time that they are. But I do just want to say that, I think this is going to be a phenomenal class. I've taught many different classes, and, I think the character of this class is by far different than the character of most of the other classes that I've ever taught. And I credit that to the location. Oftentimes when I'm teaching in Northern Maryland, we'll get a few people who might be active duty, and we may get a few other people who might be veterans, but they're kind of the minority. Whereas in this class, it just seems to be, the majority of everyone. I mean, you're either veteran or you're a dependent, and so, and I want to take this time also to say to the dependents who are going out there and getting their degrees and working hard. I know you don't have an easy life. Okay. We, the military members, get to do all the fun stuff. Okay, when we get to go flying, when we get to go, and for the guys who are on the ground, when they get to go off and go do field maneuvers, they're always very happy with that. We're always leaving our families behind in order to go do that stuff. And so I applaud you for, first of all, coming out to get your education taken care of and further your own career. But second of all, I really want to say this degree, the human resource degree, if that's something that you're looking at doing, is one of the few areas that no matter where you go, you're really going to be in demand. There's almost every place that you go is going to have human resources in one way, shape, or form. And I guess that could be said of just about any other function. But when you start getting into operations, it gets very specialized. And then when you start getting into some other aspects of business, there's a far greater amount of specialization that takes place. Whereas with the HR, you can be a generalist and pretty much do everything in the HRM world. And so I think it's a great degree to have if you're going to be traveling around a lot. And to the veterans, boy, you're coming into a really good time to be coming into the HR world. This is the time that you're going to look back onto several years later and say, gosh, I remember when we had it bad, because we can't find good talent because we have a really good job market and all that sort of stuff. So I think that there's a lot to be offered by pursuing this degree, and I just want to encourage you guys to continue doing that. Active duty people, whatever your goal career decisions are or desires are, again, I applaud you. I remember somebody was once telling me that we have the most educated military in the world, and I don't doubt that. I remember, talking to people from different militaries all over, and the majority of them, college is only afforded to the upper class. It's not afforded to and if it is to the middle class. Oftentimes, getting into the military, and getting special positions, usually requires that you have to have upper class type connections. And so, one of the greatest things I love about our country is, you can grow up in any neighborhood, join the military, get your education, and you can, either go officer, or you can just, you can stay enlisted and rise to the top. I mean, there's so many great opportunities for people in our services that when I interacted with international forces, I didn't see very often. So that's pretty much all that I have to say. Again, I thank you for doing the introductions. I will be referring to those throughout the class, because sometimes when I'm grading your paper and you say something in your paper and I'm kind of like, huh? I go back and I figure out where you're from and what your background is and all that sort of stuff. And sometimes it gives me a clue as to what your insight or thought process is with that. So again, thank you very much for attending class. I'm making this video on Monday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And you know, have a good day off. And at least I hope you're not working today. And if you're affected by the government shutdown, then I'm really sorry you're not working today, because I know that you'd like to go back to work and do the good work of the good American people. You know, we support you. The university, you know, has many options for people who are furloughed because of the government shutdown. And please go ahead and use those resources as you can. Again, thank you very much.